Welcome. In this video, we're going to go over how to play the basic version of Strat-O-Matic Pro Football. So hopefully you've seen my unboxing to see everything that comes in the base game. As with most people that I've seen playing this game, they add a few more components, whether it's using an app or some additional football field upgrades, like I'm using for the scoring. Brought in my dials from Marvel Champions. So I mentioned we are going for the basic or elementary game. There is also an advanced and super advanced way to play this. So from the rules for that is the rest of this book, and everything it's highlighted in gray is going to be the super advanced, and not in gray is the advanced. We're doing the elementary, so we've just got some stuff on this and two other pages. Basically, this is just there to get you started, get you used to calling plays, rolling some dice, and looking up the charts on our cards. So real quick, some of the cards we have, basically just going over our suggested starting lineup for offensive players and defensive players. And a lot of this isn't going to, like I said, we're not using defensive or linemen in the basic game, but they're there for the more advanced. And of course, this is the playboard for the advanced and super advanced, but not exactly needed for the elementary or basic version. So you can see I've got most of that hidden behind my clipboard football field. So I do have the 2020 version of the game. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were the Super Bowl victors in that one. And I'm doing a what if the Steelers would have made it to the Super Bowl. I'm betting it wouldn't have changed that much. But the first thing we're going to do, pick your teams, then pick your players. So in the quarterback position, we can choose Tom Brady or Blaine. And while I want the Steelers to win, I'm still going to pick Tom Brady. That's probably going to be an issue for us. So on the chart, it's going to show us his stats for when we're rolling dice for flat pass, short pass, and long pass. So in the basic version, we have 6 offensive plays, 3 passes, and 3 running plays. So the running plays would be line buck, straight up the center, off tackle, and end run. And while we were looking at our halfbacks there, we're just going to pick 2 of those. Of course, Ronald Jones and Leonard. And, of course, they do show the stats for the 2020 season there, their attempts, yardage, average, and touchdowns. And, of course, for our tight end, we're going to bring out Gronkowski. And looking through our other receivers, we'll pick 2 of those also. So we have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin for that. And we've got our defenses set up. Basically for those, for the basic version on one side or elementary, and then advanced on the other. So that's going to go over the defenses for the different plays: line buck, off tackle, end run, flat pass, short pass, and long pass. And in addition to that, we have a card for special teams. So that is pretty much the getting started. And of course, you do have to know some stuff about football. I'm not going into the basics of that, just going over the basics of how to play this game. So talking about dice rolls, this game is pretty much dice rolls. We are going to pick a play. So just to go through a scenario, we're on offense. Both players are going to look at this chart for the basic. For advanced, there are definitely more options to go from. So we're going to pick what type of play we want to go, who we're going to target. And then the defense has a sheet like this too, and they're going to pick whether they're going pass or run. So we'll pretend, hey, we're Tom Brady. We're going to do a flat pass to the tight end, Gronkowski. Defensive player, hidden. They know they're going up against this. They're going to guess pass. So we're going to dice rolls then. This die here is for advanced, so that's going to see if we have penalties and such like that. So not used in the basic game. The white die is rolled to determine which chart you look at. So if you roll this, if it's 1 to 3, you look on your offensive cards. If it's 4 to 6, you look on your defensive cards. So like in this instance, we'd roll it. It's a 5. That means with a flat pass to the tight end, we would be referencing this chart. And of course, 2 dice will be rolled. And with an 8 flat pass, that's going to point us to looking at the receiver card. So if we would have rolled a 12, would have been -4 yards, so assume a sack, or 4 intercepted, and so forth. Potential fumbles are in there. But looking at the receiver card, we said we're going to rob in a flat pass. So we'd look at his, and of course we need, on these charts, they are going, was the defense right or wrong in what they were guessing? So they went with the pass, we guessed a pass, so we were correct. We will re-roll the dice. Now I've got a 6. The defense guessed correctly. Still a 10-yard gain. If we had guessed incorrectly, it would have been a 13-yard gain. And this is if the receiver is double teamed, just use in the advanced mode. So with that, you'd move the ball along there. In the basic game for time, you just click off 2 spots on that, which is 30 seconds. Now, if this would have rolled a 1 through a 3 on the same scenario, we rolled an 8. You start with the quarterback first. Of course, flat pass, it goes to the receiver, so it ends up with the same thing. It also goes through yardage if it would have been a different number. In parentheses is yards after a catch. And of course, short gains and long gains we refer to a different chart. So bring out the X chart, roll our 2 D6s, and add those up to see what the yardage would be. So in the solo version of this, for the defense, you roll a different D6. Instead of someone doing this, so 1 to 3, they guessed wrong in what you're doing. 4 to 6, they would have guessed correctly. So we'll say we're doing an off tackle to the halfback. So a typical scenario is going to be we roll all 4 dice at the same time. The defense guessed correctly on the run. We rolled a 1 to 3, so we're going to be looking at the offensive card, and we rolled an 8 there. So we were saying we were halfback off tackle. We look at off tackle, the defense guessed correctly, and we rolled an 8, so that would have been a gain of +1 on that one. And also when you're playing solo, as the offense, when you're running, you can't run or throw to the same receiver play after play. So you do have to alternate that. So I can't be throwing the ball to Gronkowski every single turn. He's got to alternate at least. And of course, you can play offense for both teams if you like, if you want to stay all on one team. While I'm running my offensive plays, or while I'm running defense, the other team is going to use, this is in the back of the book on page 22. You're going to roll to see what type of play they are. So if it's 1st and 10, so you look at this chart, it's first down, they have 10 yards to go. You're going to roll 2d6 to see what play they're doing. So you roll that, they're doing a 9. So it's going to be a flat pass to the number 1 running back. Then we're going to roll with the white die again. That's going to let us know that we're using the defensive card on this for a 3. Flat pass on a 3 is 28 yards. So that would have been nice if this was the real game. So that's the basics of the gameplay down here. So things that might come up, fumble recoveries, fumbles could happen. We're going to roll 2 dice again. The result is 2 through 6 or an 11 or 12. The offense recovers. 7 to 10, the defense recovers. Here goes about timing, where every play is going to take 30 seconds, except for touchbacks on kickoffs, which take no time. And the final play of the quarter may begin with 15 seconds on the clock. Let's see, going over running plays, onside kicks as a possibility. So this is basically going through how everything's worked, which I've showed you with the dice already. And let's see, red zone restrictions. Can't do a long pass inside the 20, and you can't do a flat pass inside the 10. And the other restrictions, do not pass to the same intended receiver 2 consecutive times, nor run with the same backfield person. And going over touchdown and safeties. So if you're at the 10-yard line, you run 10 yards, you made it to the goal line, that's considered a touchdown. You don't have to do +1. Extra points, you'll just be looking at the specialist card. So for this guy, Chris Boswell, from 2 to 10, good on an extra point. 11 to 12, no good. And it goes over field goal attempts. Then punting, injuries. If these 3 dice all pop up with the same number, we'll refer to an injury chart to see who got hurt. Then for solitaire play, it's referring you to page 22 and 23, which I have a printout of for that. So that's the basics of what I'll be doing. So I'm going to play through the first quarter just to show you how this all fits together. So for Tampa Bay, we've got Tom Brady, running backs there. And then our receivers, we do need to represent who is our receiver 1 and 2. So we'll just have it just like so. And of course, our tight end. And for the Steelers, we'll have Ben Roethlisberger, James Conner, and Benny Snell. And our receivers, Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson, and our tight end is Eric Ebron. Going to roll to see who is going to be receiving the kick. 1 to 3, the Steelers. 4 to 6, the Patriots. The Buccaneers. 1 to 3, Steelers will be receiving. Tampa Bay kicking off. So we'll go to the specialist card, looking at our kickoff. So we're going to roll 2d6 here, getting a total of 10, which means it goes down to the 4-yard line to the number 2 back. So we'll start at the 4. Then we'll go over here, looking at kickoff returns on the number 2 back. And of course, back here, it's whatever we roll, it's going to refer to the number 1 back. So we've got Ray McLeod returning this kickoff. We'll roll there. We've got a 9. 9 means we're going 21 yards. So we made it out to the 25. So 1st and 10 from the 25. I'm using a D4 for my downs. Put that chart back up. We'll bring our offense out. And we're going to start the game doing a flat pass. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to point it out over here to Juju Smith. So we're going to be rolling all 4 dice. Like I said, the white die determines if we're looking at the offense chart or the defense chart. Red is going to determine if the defense guessed correct or not, if it was pass or run play. And then the 2 greens we're going to add together and reference the chart with. So with the 5, they guessed right for a pass. This means we are looking on the defensive chart. And we're going with a flat pass. With a 6. And that is a short gain. Which means we're going to reference this chart and roll the dice again. Getting a 7 for a short gain is 15 yards. So Ben comes out, gets a good pass. We go from the 25 up to the 40. Another first down, and we take 30 seconds off the clock. And I'm just going to put him under the receiver stack because I can't throw to him 2 times in a row. Then we'll just go short pass to Johnson for our second play. Gather a dice. Defense guessed wrong. They were looking at the run. We are going to look at the defensive chart, so right or wrong doesn't matter on those charts, and it's a 7 for a short pass, which is -9 yards. So we got sacked, so that did not go well. And the asterisk is going to be, I think that just lets us know it was a sack. So 2nd and 19. Take some time off the clock. Well, if we got to get some yardage back, we're going to go back to Juju Smith, going with a pass play. We're going to go flat pass again. 2nd and 19. Defense guessed we were running. We are looking on the defensive chart with a 7 again. And on that chart, 7 is blank, which means incomplete pass. So 3rd and 19. Well, let's see here. We are going to go short pass to our tight end then. Now, of course, this is more of an obvious pass play. Once you get into more advanced, you can start adjusting what the defense die will be on certain situations. So you could make it that with Instead of 4 through 6, it's correct. It would be 3 through 6 or more. But we're just going to keep the basic game going. They guessed correct. It is a pass. Number 2 means we look at our quarterback chart first. And 7, we were doing a short pass for 7 is 10 yards. So back up to the 41-yard line. Take some time off the clock. 4th down. And we're going to bring in the punting team. So we just need to roll these dice for punts. We're in the 41, rolling a 7. Our punt, Jordan Berry, that's going to be 47 yards to the number 1 back. So 10, 20, 30, 40, takes him down to the 12. And that went to the number 2 back, so we've got Barner returning. Getting a 6, which is going to be a return of 20 yards. So starting at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Bringing out our offense, Tom Brady and his crew. And, of course, his first play, we're going for a flat pass to Gronk. Actually, that's what we think they're going to do. We're going to play pass. What we're actually going to do is roll 2 dice. Roll to 4. So that's going to be an end run by the number 1 running back. So we guessed wrong on that part. So 5 means we're going to the defense chart for an end run. And it's a 4, 7 yards. So 2nd and 3. Now we had to punt. Easiest thing to forget is the time going down. 2nd and 3, we're going to play the run. So for this, 2nd, 3 to 6 yards to go, we're in the middle column. Now looking at a 7, off tackle to the number 1 running back. So that's Ronald Jones. We got a 2 and a 3. Off tackle, we guessed correct. So fortunately for us, that's plus 6 yards instead of a long gain. So up to the 45. Unfortunately, 1st down. We're going to play run again. 4-7. Same play going again. Worked good for him last time. Going off the defense chart on a 7. And for that, stopped him for nothing. So 2nd and 10. We're going to switch over to playing the pass. 2nd and 10 is going to be off the first chart. I've got an 8. So that's going to be a short pass to the number 2 receiver. We've got Gronk as the tight end. Our number 2 receiver is Chris Godwin. Rolling. We're using the defensive chart for a short pass. And an 8 is going to be minus 9 yards. So we got a sack on them. Taking him back. 3rd and 19. Well, we're staying with the pass. See what the offense is doing. So 3rd down and 4 up. We rolled a 5. So long pass to the number 1 receiver, which is Mike Evans. Passes, we always go to the quarterback first. Now the 2 means we're using Tom Brady's chart. He rolled a 9 for a long pass. We were right. Incomplete. So 4th and 19 is going to bring out their punt side. And we'll just assume if I miss the time, someone's offense decided to hurry up. So we'll go to the specialist for a punt. Roll to 7, 47 yards to our number 1 back. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 47, down to the 19-yard line to our number 2 back, which we only have one guy. Ray McLeod is our main guy here. So rolling, we got a 2, 57 yards. He almost broke it. So he's taking it back down to the 24. First and 10 with good field position. Bring our offense back on the field. So we're going to do a flat pass to Johnson. Rolling here, the defense guessed correct for the pass. We're using the defensive chart. 5 for a flat pass is 8 yards. So down to the 16, second down. We are going to run off tackle with Benny Snell. The defense was guessing pass. We are on the defensive chart for 6 off tackle plus 2 yards. That's going to be enough for a first down. So first and 10 at the 14. So with that, we're going to try a flat pass to our tight end. Defense was going for the run. We do go to the defensive chart on a 5 for a flat pass. It is going to be 8 yards, which takes us down to the 6. Second down. Put him on the bottom. All right, so we're inside the 20, so we can't do long passes. We're inside the 10, so we can't do flat passes. So in that case, we're going to do an end run with Snell. Defense guessed wrong. We're on the offensive chart for 4. End run 4. Well, the defense guessed wrong, just plus 1 yard. So second and 1. And this time we're going to do a line buck with Connor. Running right up the middle. Defense guessed wrong. We're on our chart with a 7. Line buck, 7 plus 5 yards. And that gets us to the end zone. So touchdown for the Steelers. James Conner running it in from the 5. So that's going to get us a score of 6. Then extra points, it's just rolling 2d6. Anything but 11 or 12 is good. We got an 8. Extra point is good. So 7-0. Forget if I took the time off, but oh well. So back for a kickoff. On our special teams chart, getting a 9 means it's 3 yards in the end zone. That's not enough for them to stop, so we can't just say he's not going to do anything, get the ball to 20. But it's Tampa Bay. They're going to run it out. So So that went to their number 1 back. So Jaden gets the ball, and he rolls a 4. So coming out for 29 yards. So he's 3 yards deep, ends up at the 26. First and down, and see if they can answer back. We are going to play the run. After we bring the offense in, let's see, they are going to do a 7 is a run play, off tackle to the number 1 back. Rolling these dice, using the offensive cards for a 12, off tackle. We guessed right. Doesn't matter. It's a short gain either way. That's not good for us. We bring in our X chart. Roll 2d6 again, getting a 6. Short gain, 16 yards. So going up to the 41. First and 10. We'll play pass this time. 3 is off tackle to the number 2 running back. We guessed wrong, and that's a 10 for 3 yards. So second down. We're going to guess run again. Second and 7. They rolled a 10, off tackle to the number 1 running back. So we guessed correct. Going off this chart on an 11 for 1 yard. So third and 6. We're guessing pass. Roll for the play. So more than 4, we rolled a 7. So short pass to the number 1 receiver, which we have is Evans. Looking at the offensive card for 7. Short pass, we were correct. Still 11 yards though. So that'll be a first down. Down to the 44. We're going against the run this time. Got an 8. Short pass to the number 1 receiver. Short pass on us for 3 is incomplete. So second and 10. We're going to play pass. Check on the play. For 2, it's going to be an end run with the plus sign. We can change the running back, so I'm just going to keep it straight. End run with the number 2 running back. We guessed wrong. Doesn't matter, we're going to our chart. End run on an 11 is 7 yards. This takes him down to the 37. So third and 3. We're playing the run. Play comes in. Third and 3 for a 6. It's going to be a flat pass to the number 1 receiver. It's going to be on our chart for 7. It's going to be incomplete. So fourth down, 4th and 3. They're at the 37. So let's see, field goals. So from 33 to the 37-yard line, 2 to 4 is good, 5 to 12 no good. Not good odds. So I think in real life they would actually go for the kick. But 2-4, I feel like that's not fair. So they're going to go for it on 4th down. Because punting, I think we're just going to get it back at the 20. And we're going to play the run. 4th and 3. 4 and 11 is going to be a long pass to the number 2 receiver. Offensive chart of a 2 on a long pass, and we guessed wrong, so it's a must run, which means we're going to flip his chart over and roll for him running, which is what we guessed. Got an 8. So 0 yardage, even the 1 wouldn't have got it. So loss of down. So the Steelers come in at the 37. 1st and 10. Offense on the field. I like our flat passes. We're going to go to Smith. Defense guessed wrong. We're going on our chart at 11. Flat pass, 11. They guessed wrong. Possible interception. So what this means, it went 2 yards. We're going to roll D12 again. From 3 to 11, it was all right. If we roll a 2 or 12, it was actually intercepted. Roll to 10, complete pass, close interception. So 2nd and 8. I think we used Benny Snell last. Or was it Connor? I don't know. We are going to go end run with Connor. You know what? We're not. We're going to go flat pass this time to Johnson. Defense guessed wrong. It is going on the defensive charts for an 11. For a flat pass, -5 yards, we got sacked. So 3rd and long. So we're going to go short pass to Smith. Well, take some time off the clock. Defense guessed right. We are looking on our chart at a 7 for a short pass. Now, right or wrong, we got 10 yards out of it. Still 4th down. But we are going to punt. All right. So a 9 is a 44-yard punt to the number 1 back. So we're looking at 10, 20, 30, 44 yards. To their number 1 back. Got a 10, so he went ahead for 19 yards. So up to the 31. 1st and 10. Bring out our offense. I'm going to play the run. It's going to be a flat pass to the number 1 receiver. We're using this flat pass. We guessed wrong on a 4, so 8 yards. So 2nd and 2. I'm going for the run. Guessed wrong again. Flat pass to the number 2 receiver. So rolling. We're on our chart with a 7. That's going to be incomplete. So 3rd and short coming up. I'm going for the run on this one. 3rd and 2 on a 7. Is a line buck to the number 1 running back, which is Ronald Jones. We're going on our chart, which is a 6 for a line buck. He pulls through for 5 yards, 1st down. So we're going to play pass this time. 1st and 10. Brady's trying to get him to go. So on a 7, it's going to be a run off tackle to the number 1 running back. So we guessed wrong. Doesn't matter, we're going on our chart, and there's a 3 on off tackle, which is a short gain. And that's never good. So for a 7 on a short gain is 15 yards. So up to the 41, 1st and 10. Defense needs to hold. I'm still going to play for the pass. He did a 7. We know that's the running play to the number 1 running back. Going on our chart for a 5 off tackle fumble. So we hit him for a 1-yard loss. 2 to 5, it's a fumble. 6 to 12, it's not. So not a fumble. Just lost some yards. 2nd and long. This will be the last play of the half. So these numbers up here are for advanced play for inside the 2. So we're going to play pass once again. 2nd and long. With a 5 is going to be a long pass to the number 1 receiver. Our chart on a 7 is a sack for a 9-yard loss. And time is going to expire, and that's the end of the 1st quarter. So the Steelers are up 7-0. So that is the basics of how to play the elementary version of Strat-O-Matic Pro Football. As always, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. If so, please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.